running around single right now. Black women are one of the most beautiful women on the planet, but there's a lot of them.
Do you know what? But
right?
the most beautiful black woman, yeah, who does not identify her toxic traits or her or the flaws within herself that is not allowing her to attract men, is irrelevant how good she looks.
Yeah.
Because one man will take a look at her and be like, nope. Yeah. She'll be like, I just can't find a good man, and she's really lost. A black woman will really be like, why? I just. Fucking hell, everyone can see it except you. Everyone looking at you saying, sis, you got to change this, that. I'm not changing, take me as I am. It's like, well, then I can't save you. I can't save you.
You can't expect to get different result if you keep doing this and keep having
insanity.
the same method. It's just
it's insanity.
Read that.
Okay, so we just got
current topics of the week.
Okay, so current topic for the week. Woman leaves her boyfriend after he contracted cancer. Fucking hell. My man looks all drained out, got one eye. He's got an IV in his chest.
Woman leaves her boyfriend after he contracted
cancer. My boyfriend's cancer was ruining my mental health, so I left him. Do you know what? Yeah, he's not even. He's not. See, like she was never down bad. Hold on, Daniel Epstein, who's 32, says she is running the London Marathon on Sunday in honor of her ex-boyfriend after leaving him because his cancer battle was damaging her mental health. Her ex, Jelly Franson, was diagnosed in September with a rare and aggressive type of brain cancer, a grade 4. What? Freshman had to learn how to walk. Right? Yeah, so Freshman had to learn how to walk again. You know, fuck all this. So
he was gonna die, and you just.
So like basically, at one low moment or hardship, she jumped ship.
Yeah.
She was like, "Fuck this," and you know what? A lot of good men have been bounced on because you know what? Like, I would look at it like this, yeah. If a woman's only with me, like, as in because of the bag, yeah. What if I have a period where I experience a low point and the bag ain't coming? That means she's gone. So like she was never with me. Yeah. Anybody can have a low moment. Anybody can have a rough time. But if you're gonna dip out on the first sign of a struggle, what that does to the guy is think fuck all women then. Yeah. Because how can it's like but then a woman's like, oh well, he wasn't providing. See, because I feel like it's quite toxic because a woman like that would make you think she's always going to go to the most desirable male who can provide and protect her. But anybody can get ill, anybody can go through a hard time. Right. So to see him all just drain out with one eye and an IV in his chest, yeah, and the woman says, I'm going, that's enough to make him just say, like, pull the plug and say, like, my night's done. No, I don't want to live anymore because he was riding for her.
Real, right, exactly.
What was our love based on?
But wow, she couldn't. Hey. I mean, he was going to die, yeah, basically. Well...
Yeah, but I mean, at least ride it out until he takes his last breath. Right. She's already hopping on new willies, yeah, while my man's just hooked up to tubes. No, but imagine though. Imagine you're in hospital, yeah, fam. Doctor telling you got like 2 weeks to live, yeah, and your rat's already slapping next man. You're thinking she couldn't even wait for a nigga to get buried or cremated. That's crazy.
I'm like, I'm like lost of words because when I read these articles,
no, but they're real.
Sometimes I feel like they're not real.
They are real.
I feel like they're trolling me because, like, I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
Fucking hell,
I'm not saying I'm the perfect man, yeah, but I would never leave my woman if that happens.
If she's down bad,
bro. I swear I'd be around that bed every single day. I'd quit my job,
bringing her fruits,
bro.
Every day dedicated.
I'll try to find a remedy. You know why? Yeah?
Facts.
Because I've seen my mum and dad, and this is why I said, when you come from a black household where you got your mum and dad, yeah, you see how a relationship really works. My dad, yeah, every time my mum gets ill, yeah, I see the panic in my dad's eyes.
Yep, because
it's like I look in his eyes, yeah, and it's like he's not the same. And one time my mum was in hospital, I looked at my dad. My dad looked depressed. I was like, "You're right, Dad."
Just spaced out.
He's like, yeah.
That's my rock.
Yes, he's rock.
He knew that this woman is like, I can't go on without.
It's impossible.
Her. And this made me realize that you meant to be there for that person at their weakest
no matter
moment.
What?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Especially him, he was at stage 4. That means that he was at the moment of death.
Couple days left.
She was never wife.
Imagine
never.
Your missus saying
never
to you,
wife.
babes, I'm like, oh, babes, I'm dying. She's like, I'm gonna lie to you. I've met Roger and I'm moving on my life because you're slowing me down. I want to run for the marathon. And you're like, babes, I'm dying.
No,
she's like,
now you are dead though.
Yeah?
Like, as in that's gonna like tip you over to like the flat line. That was enough.
Yeah, that's
it. Done.
I just can't like. I pray to God I never find a woman like that, boy.
Yeah, but you wouldn't even know. He didn't know until he got sick. Like, no one really knows.
You know what I think the key to that, you need to find yourself, whether you're a man or woman, you need to find yourself a God-fearing person.
No, but you do.
That right there was gold. Write that in gold. Say that again, please. Say that again.
The moral of the story is you need to find yourself a God-fearing person. You need to find yourself a God-fearing woman. And ladies, you need to find yourself a God-fearing man.
Because you know, a God-fearing woman would have said, you know what, you're returning back to your Lord. Let me try and be a good person to you, so that the Lord is happy with me for doing good to you.
Yep.
So, because there's a greater purpose behind it. She's just thinking of her desires and thinking how she feels in that moment,
In the moment.
like that little moment. Like,
Yeah.
don't you care about me as a human being?
Yeah.
Like,
She
I
doesn't
was,
have
I made love to you. I was taking care of you. I was doing everything for you.
nothing.
Yeah.
I'm dying now, babes. Like, at least spend the last few moments of my life holding my hand.
Even if you're faking it, like kind of shit.
Bro, I don't care if you're... And she come out and she said it. Like, what?
With chess.
Like, fake it, bro. Fake it till I die, please. I got 2 weeks. Can you fake it? Can you just fake it?
Just
I don't
come there
even
and
care
chat
if
to
it's
me.
real or
Yeah,
not.
exactly.
Give me the best 2 weeks of my life. Come with me. Write pictures of me. I'm cooked up to the machine. I'm dying anyway. You couldn't even wait for that.
And you can't even know that kind
That
of...
is savage. This is what I said. There's some savage people.
That is sad.
You can't even really know, because, I mean, do you know what? Obviously, of course, the whole God-fearing. I mean, I've dated, well, whatever it is, God-fearing or Christian woman. I still got done dirty anyway. I don't know where to look anymore, bro. I've been done dirty. No matter God-fearing, not God-fearing, they still fuck the nigga, so...
So this article's a little bit crazy. This one's highly dangerous Croydon woman, Camilla Ahmed, who murdered boyfriend, jailed for life as her friends shout, "Rot in hell, bitch." It says a Croydon woman has been handed a minimum sentence of 23 years for murder, alongside 7 years for wounding with intent. Camilla Ahmed was sentenced today after stabbing her teenage boyfriend, Ty Jordan O'Donnell, to death in his flat. The 19-year-old bled to death after he was knifed in his left thigh at his home in Croydon on March the 3rd, 2021, just the day after his mum had voiced concerns about his relationship.
Mums always know, you know?
She was also found guilty of wounding with intent of Kareem Hussein, a 7-year sentence which she will serve concurrently. A talented musician and student's former girlfriend, Camilla Ahmed, 24, sent a Snapchat to a friend in hours after the incident saying, "Fam, I stabbed someone and no one is helping me clear him up." Ahmed was also charged with stabbing her former boyfriend 6 years before the fatal attack on Ty. She denied both murder and wounding with intent at Croydon Court.
Wow.
You see? And I've noticed that's slowly on the rise. A lot of women are either getting men set up or dead in them, you know? Which is just adding to the fuel of, I don't know what kind of times we're living in, boy.
I think, do you know what? I think people can become passionate and heated, but to the point where if you don't value the man's life, do you not value your own life? Just walk away. Just walk away.
What, do you mean crimes out of passion?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that normally happens when like you've been married or we sound a good strong like 5, 6, maybe 10 years. But crimes out of passion, like, I can't believe you cheated, used my everything, and then they stabbed them. But not over a little 3 month.
But just people, we're in a culture now. Everything is just about how I feel.
Right.
We're just
No
into
more
our
facts.
feelings.
No more
It's
facts.
not about facts. It's about how I feel, because
That's
feelings
scary,
has
though.
now become a fact. Extremely scary.
That's scary though.
But how could she stabbed someone before, yeah? And she got 7 years for that, and then she stabbed this.
Oh, it
man.
came out. Oh, so she came out of prison, and did it again.
No, she didn't go to prison for this. She just got found guilty of it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she got 2 charges.
Oh, so now she got 20 plus, right? The
About
correct
plus
right.
7, so she's doing about 29 years. But my thing is 30 years. But my thing is this though, like, something that's never discussed here is that men actually suffer domestic violence as well.
Of course, man get beat up daily.
Yeah, but the thing is, men don't, like, he died for us to hear that story. But his mum said, I was voicing concerns of their relationship.
know.
Meaning that girl must have been moving wild. For my
Mad.
mum, because, you know one thing, yeah, this is one thing I have to say as what I've seen of black women, they'll be the most angriest, aggressive, whatever the men say they are. But see in front of your mum, they're the perfect candidates.
Could have to be.
Yeah, mummy. And that's why your mummy loved them. Your mum's like, what's her name? She was so nice, you know.
Every time.
And then you're looking at your mum thinking, mum, you don't know her, man.
Innit?
Like, are you?
Yeah, you're the
And they're
problem.
Like, "Nah, it's not me, mum. She was kind of
Me
crazy."
like her.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because in front. So I don't know where this woman's even morals was that she was moving mad in front of the mum. Because how would my mum know?
Mother's instinct.
Yeah,
They
mum
always
is
know.
saying,
No, they
like
just
a few
know.
days before, be careful, son. My man got stabbed in his flat. She stabbed him in the thigh and she left him there, meaning that he probably couldn't move.
He bled out, yeah.
And he bled out in the place. That is crazy that we have in a society where she even thinks that it was even acceptable to even do. But now, I'm going to flip this on the head now, and I'm going to say this. If he was in the flat here with her and she pulled a knife out, he got the knife and he killed her, what would we say about him?
Yeah, of course.
Typical violent black guy.
Yeah, murder, innit? Just straight murderer. Or like,
abuser.
yeah, of course.
Men always kill women.
Yeah.
But the story really was that she was trying to kill him, and she's known for it. She's known for stabbing. She sourced up the first man.
It happened before.
You know what I'm saying? And now she's took this guy's life.
But interestingly enough, if you are a sex offender, then the police will they feel obligated to let any potential partners that you get involved with know about your past.
Exactly. It's true.
But it's funny how she's a woman. She's committed this crime against another man previously before, but the police didn't feel that they should notify any potential partners that she have.
Perfect.
Crazy.
Nail on the head.
They don't care, do they?
No, they don't care because they think that, oh, you're just a man, you can take it.
See, and that right
ridiculous.
there, you're a man, you can take it, is the same thing as women abusing men, women hitting men.
Yeah.
Like, these things are like, accept it. And because I think it always boils down to, oh, men are stronger. So what? A woman punching me won't hurt.
Right.
If a woman just walk up and bang me in the face, it just won't hurt.
Right.
Strength is irrelevant. You're causing me bodily harm.
Yeah.
And you're abusing me, and I'm told I cannot even defend myself or attack back because you're a woman. That's crazy. Listen, I know they say the first sign of violence, just walk away. Sometimes the love we hold in you, like you can't, like you're so caught up in the idea of love, yeah, you don't even know what toxic is anymore.
Oh, facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
You think that's love?
Facts.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
he beats
do.
me. I still he beats me. Yeah,
You become addicted to the drama and the toxicity of the relationship.
And that becomes standard.
It becomes standard. You don't. It's normalized.
So like me, bro, you got a black eye. Yeah, remember, like, you know, I'm like, as in, like, girls always bang me in the face. Normal, fam. Like, is that what you look at? Yeah. But if you normalize it, there's no more weirdness. It's like, that's just what we do, innit?
Yeah.
Like Christian and Blueface's relationship.
To us, it's funny, but one day, one of them gonna come up dead, you know, fam. We think it's funny. Christian or Blueface, one of them gonna come up dead. If it goes along this path, yeah, because she's a wild one, bro. She's wild, and he's wild too. Because it's only funny because it's entertaining.
It's not entertaining when someone dies, though.
No, of course, and that's what you'd hope would happen. You know what's funny? You know what I saw today? It's okay. Hold on. A female teacher was fired and forced to apologise to misgendering students.
Oh no. Yeah.
She said, "Good afternoon, girls," in the all-girls school. It's so mad, yeah. Do you know? No, but I remember it said, you know, only one girl got up and said, "Oh, I'm not a woman, so I'm not a girl." So and went in on her. A teacher in the UK was pressured by students to apologise after he misgendered them. According to Daily Mail, the students, 11 years old, at an expensive private school in the UK managed by the prestigious Girls' Day School Trust, were reportedly displeased after the teacher addressed them with "Good afternoon, girls," as you would in an all-girls school.
Right.
You're not going to make the exceptions if predominantly most of the class is girls. Why would you? Well, except a few theys and heys. You're not going to do that, are you? Anyway, she goes, some of the students told the teacher that not everyone here identifies as female. 11-year-olds. How are they even of knowledge that they don't identify as women? At 11, how would you even know that? At 11, I thought I was Spider-Man, fam. How would they? How would they know that? How would they, fam? Yeah. Like, man at the Batman, I thought I was the superhero, fam. So how can you know at 11, yeah? Miss Kelly doesn't identify as a girl. How would she even, where's that information come from? Who's been feeding that into their like mental pipeline? Who's doing that?
The education system.
How would you know that?
And I think that it's just so sad that facts are no longer facts no more. The fact is you were born how you was born. Now, if you are a transgender woman, I'm happy to accept you and call you a woman if that's what you identify with. But that's not good enough for some transgender people. Not all, but some.
Got to go all the way.
Yeah, you got to go all the way. You have to accept them wholeheartedly, even though they don't really know whether you do or not, that they are a real woman. You're not a real woman. You're not. You was born a man. And you will push this narrative on me and tell me that I don't accept you. It's not about me accepting you. You don't accept yourself.
My beliefs.
If you accepted yourself, we wouldn't be in this in the first place. You don't want to accept the fact that you were born the way that you were born. And that's fine. If you now want to transition, I respect all transgender people.
No problem.
But you're not gonna try and make me feel that I can't no longer call myself a woman. I'm a cisgender now. I'm a woman. I'm a woman, and you're not going to tell me anything else to uphold and appease your agenda. That's not the case. I am a woman. I was born a woman. I am biologically a woman. And don't matter how much you try and tell yourself, if you was to die and archaeologist was to dig you up in 100 years, they're not going to see that you identified as a transgender. They're going to do DNA swabs on you, and you're still going to come up as a man.
Done.
End of. Okay, so
Facts.
and the thing that I think about the transgender movement. Okay, so you're trying to tell us women now that we're no longer, you know, it's offensive if we call ourselves mothers
Imagine.
or real women.
Imagine.
Okay,
What?
so what
Yeah.
about all the
Is that-
trans?
I never heard that.
Yeah, it's a new bro.
yeah,
What's
that's
that?
true. Facts.
What?
That we can't. They
The
don't
term
wanna call
mothers,
us-
like, they want to scrap
call us
that
They
too.
want to scrap that. It's offensive.
Yeah.
How? What are you lot talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
research the king.
A
offensive.
mother is I have a mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love my mother. How's that offensive? That's my mother. If I call her my mother,
Yeah.
how are you getting offended? I'm calling her my mother. Huh?
Yeah.
Because it's not inclusive enough.
Because it's not inclusive, and the definitions of a woman is not the traditional, like, to what you might perceive as, like, that's a woman. It's like, no, because now a woman can come in any type of form.
Yeah, I define a woman as a human, adult, female.
Right.
Who can bear children and can provide breast milk and doesn't have an Adam's apple or large hands or hair or just many things.
All I know is that women can have children. That's what. That's.
But no, but then there was an argument.
That some can't.
There's an argument that some women can't have children. So how? So
But we know if a woman can't have children, there's something that's actually wrong with her.
them,
So
right.
we would take her to the doctors and try and find out
What's wrong?
what is the reason. But we would naturally think that you can bear children until you prove me otherwise.
because we know better.
But if I said to you, there's a pregnant man in the foyer,
You know. That
as a
you can't
doctor,
get
would you
pregnant,
be
right?
would you go out there and take me serious?
Wouldn't.
Why not? Why not? No.
Because I would know that, like, despite all this bullshit that's being pushed, a man cannot conceive in any way because he doesn't have an ovary, he doesn't have anything that can give him a child. So if I was to actually run tests, I'd be wasting resources, time, and energy.
Yeah.
Because I know
But
that
if there was a
be
woman out there and I
politically
said
correct,
there's a woman that can't
right?
have children, what would you say as a doctor? You'd be like, oh, bring her in so I can find out what the problem is.
Yeah.
and then maybe we might be able to fix it. Maybe we might be able to, like, maybe it's her tubes, maybe something is not allowing her to bear children. But and you know what, I think just as a whole, man, like, there's so much going on in the world right now that's the least of
Okay. If
problems.
if I identify as white, are you guys going to address me as white?
white.
Never mind if I'm white now
I mean, you can,
because I feel like I'm white.
yes.
You can identify.
You can have whatever you
I
want.
feel like in this generation, you can identify as anything, but what people see you as and
totally
reality
different.
is a whole different story. I could perceive myself as white, walk into a mall and they were like, look at that N word.
Simple.
So the truth is reality and fiction is fiction.
Simple.
Right,
And
exactly.
I think that, see, even that little story, even that little article that we just spoke about, I feel like, how can the teacher be, and maybe the teacher generally just came in because she saw all girls, it was just a slip of the tongue and she didn't actually realize that one person was in there. How can you lose your job for saying the truth?
Exactly.
That to me is absolute madness. Because if I walk in a room full of men, I say, "Well, man, them," and one of them in there like,
Excuse
"I can't
me.
believe you called me a man," because I identify as a
you
woman.
lose your job.
But at that moment, I'm just trying to look at it from this angle, from like a logical angle. Yeah? That the person came into the classroom, "Good afternoon, girls," or "Good morning, girls." Like, they're saying that on the basis that everyone in there is biologically a girl because it's a all girls school.
Facts.
It's not like you came in and there was a boy in there and he could feel
Yeah,
offended.
you're right. Yeah,
So
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like,
It's just
it
normal.
wasn't
It's
out
the
of
norm.
malicious. So
It's the
how could
norm.
you lose your job for something like that? And it shows you how far gone
We've fallen,
this
man.
culture has gone. Because in Africa, you wouldn't have them problems.
Never.
Because everyone would be looking at you like, excuse me?
What happened to you?
Nah, bro, let teachers keeping their job. In any other, in the Middle East,
Anywhere.
in Qatar, in Saudi, in any other
Dubai,
country,
anywhere.
that would have never, Malaysia, Indonesia, Russia, bruv, Chechnya,
They can't
we
fly.
could go all over the globe and that would have never been an issue. But in the UK, in 2023, you can lose your job by going into an all-girls school and saying, "Good afternoon, girls," or "Good morning, girls."
Yeah.
That is wild.
That's
That's where we are.
That is wild.
And they will oppose any person that says anything else. Like, they don't like Trump. They don't like Trump. And there's loads of reasons why people don't like Donald Trump. But Donald Trump is one of the very few people that are willing to speak up.
This
about
is
it
how it
and say,
is.
"This
Man don't
madness."
care, you know. Racist or not, man,
Right?
he don't care.
He don't care.
Don't care.
But they will push this narrative, oh, he's evil, he's racist. I don't think he's racist. I love Trump because he's real.
Fact.
Because he sticks up for Christian values. He's like, no, we're not going to push all
ain't doing that.
these hormones
Yeah.
onto our
We ain't doing
children
that.
to puberty block. We're not going to do
We
that.
ain't- we ain't doing
we're
that
not
over
going to
here,
tell
buddy.
children and feed into the narrative that you were possibly born into the wrong
you
gender. You
understand?
are what you are. You are how God created you. What happened
That's
to
it.
self-acceptance? Where do we have self-acceptance now if we're saying, look, I don't feel like this? If I turn around and said to you, I feel fat, you
Right.
turn around and say, I've got body dysmorphia,
Of course.
right? There's nothing wrong with you. It's a feeling. It's not reality. You're not fat.
It's like mental
It's a
condition.
mental condition, right?
in
It's
your
I
a
head.
think
state
there's
of
an
mind.
underlying issue there, and this is the issue that's not getting diagnosed. That if I generally don't feel comfortable in the skin that I have, there's an actual problem with me inside.
Of course.
And that's
Yeah.
the issue that needs to be
Self-hate.
solved. And we need to
Right.
go back to that, and the counselling and the research needs to be done on that. Not just
therapy.
automatically telling our children, yeah, all right, cool, because
Have
you
surgery,
identify
no.
as you woke up this morning and wanted to
What?
be a boy. Because some girls, back in the day, you remember tomboys?
Of course, that's
But
still
now
here.
them girls got babies and they're fully into their feminine energy.
Yeah.
But they went through
was a
phase
phase.
of thinking they
Right.
liked boy stuff. They play football, they'd roll with the man them. You'd see them with us all the time and would look at them as like one of the men. But we knew she was a girl.
Right.
We knew she was a
Right.
girl because someone in the crew probably been with her or
Right.
she's got a boyfriend or something.
It's all
But at
population
that
control.
moment, she probably thought, I like this stuff.
But
I
then
met
she
so
grabbed
many
it.
girls like that when I was
I love
younger.
tomboys. Yeah.
And now I see them now, they
theory
got babies and families.
Yep.
My theory is that this is just a means of them trying to control the population.
Probably.
Because what's going to happen if you have so many people that now men that identify as women and women
Vice versa,
identify as
yeah.
men, or they're in the same sex relation. Not that I have a problem with same sex relation, but if you are constantly pushing this agenda on people that are not naturally born gay or lesbian, but it's now becoming a trend to be that case, they can't naturally procreate. Two men can't procreate. Two women can't procreate. They know that. But if you're locked into a relationship and you're committed to that relationship, unless you're willing to commit adultery, it's not going to happen, right? You're going to have to get a donor, a sperm donor or an egg donor.
That's the only way.
Now, once they've got a amount of people that are this same way, they're in these locked into these same-sex relationships, and now they're going to have to rely on scientists and doctors to be able to intervene. They can control who can have and who can't have children.
Yep.
The point of it that I hate is the
And people are not
superimposing.
talking about that.
I don't like superimposing. I don't like people imposing an ideology on me that I don't believe.
Yes.
I don't go around saying, you have to believe in my religion now.
It's like, what? I'll be like,
No, believe in what you want to believe in and do whatever you like.
Right.
Once you're not harming anyone,
And respectful.
and it's cool. I don't have nothing against a gay person or this person.
Couldn't
Do
care
whatever
less.
you want.
Couldn't
Do whatever
care
you
less.
want. But don't tell me that now I have to call my heterosexual missus or this person this name or that name to please you. I ain't doing all that.
Who are you?
Don't try and impose that on me. I don't want to be superimposed on your belief systems. And I still want to be able to have the freedom of speech to say, I don't agree with that and I don't think that's right.
Right.
I
That's
don't
it.
want to feel like you're telling me I'm homophobic or transphobic because I don't
believe in your
align with what you align with. Because
Right.
then that would be a stupid way to look at the world. Because anyone who doesn't like Muslims is what? Islamophobe. No. Some people just don't like it. If I don't like Christians, am I a Christian phobe? No.
Yeah.
So why is it now that you've become a phobe because I don't agree with your ideology?
true.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to say that I don't agree with things.
Of course.
That's my belief system. Remember, this is a democracy when people have the freedom to practice and the freedom to practice religion and
supposedly.
freedom of belief and freedom of speech. In this country, that doesn't
Doesn't-
there's
Doesn't
no such
exist.
thing as freedom of speech. It's only
Nope.
freedom of speech
Yep.
unless you offend a certain nationality of people. You can't say things against Jew. I could never come on this show
And
and
be
say
anti-Semitic.
anything to say anything about Jews. I'm anti-Semitic.
You're done, you're
Soon
done.
as I say
You're
anything
done.
about Jews, I'm anti-Semitic.
You're done.
If even if I said, I don't like the way Jews are,
you're done.
anti-Semitic.
Yeah, you're gone.
If I say anything about, trans people, I don't really believe in that. You're transphobic.
Yeah.
Anything you say now, you're whatever, and they're putting people in boxes because it's a way of controlling people.
Yes.
So the same way they cuss China about China having all these controls over their people, there's no difference in the West.
None.
It's
Yeah,
just a
there's
different
not.
way of
It's just
doing
a
it.
different way of doing
Yeah,
it.
so don't make it. They always want to make Russia look bad, China look bad,
Innit?
but they're all bad. To me, they're all bad.
In their own way.
You
Yeah.
don't have to like someone's preference. The idea is tolerance.
Yes.
Yeah.
I might not like your ideologies, but I tolerate you because
Yes.
I understand that you have a right and a freedom to express yourself and believe whatever you want to believe. I don't have to believe what you believe. I just have to tolerate you.
Simple.
And as simple as that. But that's just not enough for
It's not.
this, I don't know, far left like agenda now. You know what I mean? They don't want that. You have to believe it.
And
You're
and
never
not-
going to get people to comply like that. How are you going to get people to comply? You can't force people. Just like you can't force people into religion. You can't trick God.
it's their own pathways.
It's their own
yeah.
path.
Well, as in whatever you try to do, and I think, and it's funny because the word phobic means fear.
Right.
Who the heck?
Who you
I don't
who
fear
scared
gay
of.
person. Why?
Yeah.
They're human.
Yeah.
But fear, phobic means fear. It's like, no, disagreeing doesn't make me phobic or anti anything.
Yeah.
Like I disagree with a lot of things, but I can still work with it because it is what it is.
In California, I heard that they're trying to ban the Bible now because they say that the Bible is homophobic.
Yeah, but even in America,
I knew that. You know what? I knew this was gonna come eventually.
Right, of course.
I knew this was gonna come eventually. I knew that
who's running these campaigns?
They're gonna remove
Who's
religion.
running these campaigns?
Right.
No, seriously, who's funding these campaigns? Because you know, for a long time, a lot of white people in America have been having like burn the Quran Day, and they proper hate Muslims over there. You know, in some parts they really hate them. It's like, but why would you? Who's funding these organizations, campaigns, and groups to say? Because remember, you know, a lot of these groups are only like 1-2%, but because they're so unified, they seem like they're stronger than. Like bigger than they are.
Yeah.
It's like it's only like 1% of them that are running this. But because they're all riding, it seems like there's enough of them.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how quickly they can get shut down if like just 2% rolls up and say, okay, enough of that.
Yeah.
But it's not. And whether it's marketable, whether it's trending, whether it's the in thing, right now they're trending. But like all things, it won't last.
But it just highlighted, like, I mean, I'm a Christian, right? I believe in Christian values. I'm not a Bible basher. I'm not going to put the Bible down yet, but that's my faith. And they will go into a church and they'll tell you that if you don't accept same-sex marriage, we're going to penalise your church.
Done.
Are you going to go up into a mosque and tell the imam that if you don't accept same-sex marriages,
Imagine.
we're going to shut down your mosque?
Imagine.
I would love to see them try that.
Instant
They would
backlash.
never. They wouldn't do it.
They
Wouldn't do it, and that's one thing that I do love about
What?
the Muslim community because
They ride, man.
They ride, and they're the ones that are really supporting us and saying, "Listen, hey, you're not going to try and indoctrinate our children
Never.
into sex education and all
A
these
Muslim
kind of
person, you
things,
must
and
be mad.
having people twerking
must
and stuff
be
like that, and that's amusement for our children to see in a classroom." No, we're not going to have that.
Mad.
You know what I mean? That's not going to happen. So I have a lot of respect for them because regardless of
to.
whether you believe what they believe, they are passionate.
Trust me, and
They
they'll
are
ride to the
passionate.
end.
They ride to the end. We're just like
They
kind of
will.
lukewarm out here.
Listen, you're right. Listen, a Christian like there'll be. Like there might be a guy wearing a top saying, "Oh, Jesus was gay," and everyone just let
Oh, that's funny.
just let it run.
You
They'll let it run.
In the this is what I keep saying.
Don't
In
let
the
it run.
West, you can do that. Go Africa, Uganda,
Stone
and
down.
fire
Stoned to death.
You won't do that.
them Christians over there, bro,
Yeah,
they're
they're
fire.
radical.
Yo,
Stoned to death.
you can't even say the
Yeah.
things that they'll be on. But you can't go to Uganda
Jesus was gay, you know,
or go
what?
to Russia and do them things there.
Yeah, no,
Them
you
thing,
can't.
them man take
Yeah.
their things seriously.
Lick off,
Them man will be
man.
like, what? No.
You're gone.
It's war. But I just want to play this last clip here,
Go on.
just
Run it
before we
up.
go. Yeah,
Run it up.
It's a guy called he calls himself King Richards. I call him Butler Richards. But he made this statement that I feel like we need to speak about because we should have played this from the beginning. But listen to what he says. Maddest.
Honest, and you take an honest look at in the world, and you look at the average black chick you see walking around, she's probably not good looking, like, and you have to just be real about it, right? And this was a lot of what a lot of people said in the comments under that video. They were saying that, you know, a lot of black chicks just ain't good looking. That's why a lot of black guys are going elsewhere, going to other races of women, you know, and, you know, there's other factors as in, like, you know, a lot of black chicks having bad attitude, being overweight.
Yeah, so this guy is basically saying that black girls are naturally not pretty, and that's why black men are going to the other sex. Now, this is what
I've never spouted that in my life. Never.
this is where if I'm being real with you, this is where my I have a little bit of apprehension on some people. This is why I say I don't believe in this red pill crap, because if this is what man's spilling to like try and make their platform blow or something, I ain't rocking with it.
I can't get with it.
Let me tell you why. Number one, man has black children. Number two,
Simple.
I have a black mother.
Simple.
So number one, and number three, I am black. The hell? To say that black women are not pretty is to say that I'm not pretty, I'm not nice, I'm not. Some people think that they're just bringing down the women. You're bringing down yourself, you fool. You actual idiot. You ignoramus. That's why I called you butler riches, because you're not a king. A king don't need to bring down someone else to make himself look strong. How can you say a black woman that birthed you on average and not even pretty? Are you on crack? This is why I can't. This is why I don't rock with some of you guys, because this ideology, I don't have it. I think black women are the most beautifulest women. All beauty goes back to black women. How much times have I said that?
Hands down.
I said all beauty goes back to black women. All beauty. And no one can tell me any different. Not to say that if I was to be of a non-black woman, doesn't mean I still don't think black women are hot. They're hot, bro. They say that black women are average and not even pretty.
Or below average.
That is bro, this guy's never travelled the world. He's never travelled the world. Where has he lived? Where has he actually lived?
Who is he?
Where has he actually lived?
Because any race can have women who aren't attractive, like just as a whole, but in some countries, black women are the most beautiful you ever see in your life.
Bro,
in your life.
Not even to be racist, yeah. I'm not even to be rude, yeah. But I used to think white women, Asian women have flat batties, bruv. Iron bums, blood. I only thought black women had bums. There was a part in my life where I only saw black women. Black women had bums to me.
Up, yeah.
Everyone else had flat bums. So I don't know where this guy's even going. What is his standard for pretty? What's his standard for pretty?
That's just as it.
What's his standard for pretty? What, white hair, blonde eyes? What is his standard for pretty? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that is wild. And this is the statements that I can't rock with in general. I will never, ever succumb myself to that. Especially if you've got black children. When you going to tell your daughter, you're going to be average. Not even pretty. Is that what you're teaching your daughters?
No, never, man.
That's wild.
I can't rock with that.
That's wild. I couldn't believe when I heard man say that. I literally couldn't believe it.
And you know, it's funny because you have a movement of white men and other cultures are coming out to say, what? Like, black men, why are you putting down your black women?
That's a sad day. That's a sad day.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's a sad day.
Like, how can you trust someone to respect your own house if they can't get their own house in order, don't respect their own home?
Facts.
So you think that any man, like a Chinese man or a white man, is going to be happy you coming into their culture, taking their daughter as a wife, and looking and providing for her, when you slag down your own people, you can't even. It ain't gonna happen.
I've never seen a Chinese man come on YouTube and say Chinese woman not attractive.
Right.
Even if he dates black women, I've never heard a Chinese man say that. Right. I've never heard an Indian man come on. Show me an Indian man right now that will come onto YouTube and be spitting out, Asian girls are average at best.
Never.
No.
It don't happen.
Because they love their mothers and they love their sisters and they know they came from a black queen.
Right.
Like,
and this is the example I set to my partner. You won't put down your fellow white woman. Exactly. You might turn around and say they're not my preference.
Yeah.
So why would I put down my fellow black brother?
Can't.
Why would I do that? That's ludicrous to me. I'm not going to do that.
What's that say about you?
Do I not have a black father?
Right.
You can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't. And I find that there are a wave of there are some white men that are like that. Trust me. They have all day for black women, but they don't have time for the black men.
True.
So what was it not a black man that produced her? Do you get what I'm saying? And there are a lot of women that are thinking, you know what, I'm down with this, or black people, I'm down with this movement of disrespecting my own. No. It is ludicrous. It is so crazy.
Well, the same, but last note, it's mad, because do you know that there are white women who love black men but hate black women?
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, that's a mad separation.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Like you can't love half my rate. What?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. So they love black men but they hate black women.
You have to vet them early though.
That is mad.
You know, I vet women early, I say wild stuff about black women around them and see their reaction.
See how they move.
And see how they move. And if I see them like, for real, I'm like, she's not the one. And they'll be thinking I hate my own people, and I'll turn around and say, I was only testing you to see what it is. When they say, no, I didn't really mean that. I won't really. No, you're done. No.
Low-key racist.
I see who you are.
I can't rock with that.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I said this before, I said, if you're a white woman that likes black men, then you have to be ready that if you do have a child, to teach that child about the culture.
You better.
And not hold the child back from the culture of the family. Because a lot of women want mixed race children because they look nice, but they don't want to introduce the child to the actual black culture of it.
Black stuff. This is how we do things, bro.
Yeah, this is how Jamaicans like their food. This is the spices we put in. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but the child's going to go there and do this.
Travel.
Get a haircut like this and do all of these things. You know what I'm saying?
Trust me.
That's the same conversation I have with my partner, because it's like, you're very, you have our children are always around, black.
I mean, naturally, innit?
Black people. Okay, but you know what? It's up to you to bring them and for them to embrace the white side.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right, I don't have a problem with that. I want my children to be balanced. I want them to appreciate both black and white culture. But that's the responsibility is on you. Yeah, I'm not gonna stop my children to know about their black culture because you feel that's gonna overtake and to the point where they're not gonna want to know their white culture. No, and this is important. This is, you know, black culture is an extension of myself. This is what I am.
It's who I am.
Is who I am.
Trust
right?
me.
And that's what I want my children to know. And I want them to be proud of that. Because regardless of whether you see our child is more white or looking more white, she's still black. She has a black
No
mum.
matter what.
Do you know what I mean? People might look at me and
what.
think, that child. They get a bit confused when they see my daughter, right? They think, she's not black. She might not look black to a lot of white people.
Okay, right, with
We
you.
used to put her in a room full of white people. She could easily blend in. But when you see her mum, the whole story changes, right? Because her mum is black. So, and she's aware of that. So, to me, it's very important for her to, and I don't have a problem with, you know, mixed race children, but it's very important for them to know their black culture.
100%.
Because the world that we live in is not
You're
nice.
black to everyone else.
Right, you are black to everyone else, and no
Believe that.
matter how much you try and tell yourself something, even if you want to go with this whole narrative, I'm mixed race, it doesn't matter. To them, you are black. You are black.
And you know how the time you know it is if they have a child or someone and that child comes out looking with black features, then the people be like, wait a second. What? I thought you was white.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? So it's important that you teach your children those things, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, people, like, comment, and subscribe. If you love this
You know the
episode,
vibes.
you know what to do. Bow, we're out, man.